Welcome, viewers, back to Cyberknights Flashpoint. We're ready to do the High Street heist. As a reminder, this is a mission where the sniper Rhino, who survived the death of their entire team, and the Cyberknight, who owned my Quantum Rider before me. So this is a mission to go intercept Rhino. Our Cyberknight, Blackdice, had a spine implant. That's exactly what makes her a Cyberknight. And apparently that spine implant was used by someone else in the past. Burner was killed along with their entire team. Rhino was the only survivor, so we need to go talk to her. But she's hired up. She's hired local muscle for protection, and she's holed up in her base. We're going to go in there and do some combat negotiation. Let's see what that looks like. We're going to plan this path, and 4 mercs come to deploy. We are bringing Hellraiser because there's no hacking on this mission. It's just going to be a straight up combat. Everybody's geared out. We don't really have any alternative gear to give them yet. So let's go ahead and start the mission. We're bringing Blackdice, our Cyberknight, Hellraiser, our Vanguard, Zasha, our Cyber Sword, and Falcon, our War Machine. Falcon is our muscle. The rest of us are sort of rely on our intellect. Here's Rhino. I knew that someone would come for me eventually. I didn't realize they'd send a Cyberknight. Never mind, it doesn't matter. Did Octane send you? Or Ghoul? It doesn't matter, I know you're here. I'll take a few of yours with me, Cyberknight. Blackdice says, slow down, Rhino. Let's not make this a mess when it doesn't have to be. We can tell her we want to talk to her about Burner, or we'll be up front and we're working with Octane, but she didn't send us here, or we better be careful with those threats. We're going to be nice. We're going to tell her what we want up front. We want to talk to her about Burner. We could tell her we're working with Octane, but maybe she's more friendly with Ghoul and that might be bad. So let's talk to her. Don't reveal too much. Tell her we want to talk about Burner. We want to talk to you about Burner. So you know the name of my dead friend. And that's going to make it all right that you've brought your brute squad to kill me? Blur jumps in. Let me try to de-escalate. We're not here to assassinate you. We have questions, and you're the only one who knows the answers. Rhino responds with, I see. Well, let me tell you something about me. I never miss unless I want to. Rhino is willing to keep talking. If we attack her, then we will lose our chance to talk her down. Be careful with full auto or grenades. If she takes any damage, we'll lose our chance, and she will fight to the death. So we're going to have to fight off her goons, I'm guessing. Our highlights are disabled here, but they are back here. At least we see a couple of them. Can I turn that on? No. In the meantime, we have to hold off her hired Fenian muscle. Alright, she does take a shot. I'm not sure if she hit. No, she looks like she missed. 1 enemy witnessed ally attacking. 5 enemies reported gunfire to Sec AI. Well, that's funny because there is no security on this mission. In fact, this is just a straight up gunfight. We don't even really need to worry about sight cones, and everybody's alerted. They all know where we are. We're gonna battle. There are a couple back here, so I think our strategy is going to be to turn around and head back and take out these guys in the back just to make sure we don't get snuck up on. Don't like that idea, so let's fight off these 2 in the back first just to make sure. Blackdice is here. She's going to lead with Tactical Surge. This will immediately give everyone +2 action points. And our initiative looks pretty good compared to these guys. Our lowest was 19, their highest was 16. Rhino is also pretty good, but she already fired. As long as we stay away from her, I think this could go good. Blackdice is going to move first. And she can't quite get up there. She could get back here behind some cover and take a couple shots. So let's do that with her. This is Blackdice coming. She has a sword and a pistol. Her pistol does have a silencer on it, which doesn't really matter for this mission. So let's just see. We could also do atomic stutter. I should have thought of that. We can just stun people from range now every 4 turns with her. There's the range. It does look kind of far. That's okay. We're just going to shoot here. So let's see what the attack looks like. Yeah, a couple shots and this guy's going to go down. She does have 2. 1 good hit at 95. Didn't miss. Recoil's pretty low, so I think this should... she missed second time. Okay. That's okay. He doesn't get any reprisal or retaliation, and she's done for her turn. So Hellraiser comes next. There's another guy over here we should probably target also, so I think Hellraiser has a good chance of doing that here. Although if she stands here, she's probably going to be sniped in the back, so maybe get her over this wall and into cover on this side of it. And yeah, she won't be in cover from the closer foe, but she should be protected from everyone else. So let's move her to here behind the wall. And she doesn't have any attack abilities. She could dazzle this guy or just try to shoot him. I think we're just going to keep shooting from here. Recoil starts at 9. He is obstructed, so this is a low. What's our chance to hit? Is only 51. That's pretty bad. Let's take 1 shot. Wow, she managed to hit him regardless. Chance did go up to 60 for her second shot. Wow, Hellraiser on point. All right, she's done, out of action. Let's see who can move next. Falcon's next. Falcon has a big gun and some Wolverine claws. Plus a club, you know, she's packed. She can get down here and she could use 1 action point here to do Crimson Vector, which would kill this guy. Alternatively, she just steps around here and uses her big gun on this guy. I think that's our safer bet, so let's do that. Get her down here. She has a big machine gun. Maybe she's not in the best cover there, but doesn't... Ooh, it's only 56. How many points does this take? It is 2 points. She'll still have 1 point after this if she misses. She's not going to miss. Come on. She is offended by that. All right. So that's the backup down. We still have a bunch this way. 2 on the left. 1 in the middle, 2 in the back. Probably, ooh, and 1 more over on the right that I hadn't seen. So I think it makes sense to try to approach from the right flank. So we'll head that way. And I think we have 1 more. Zasha can move. When does this guy over on the left move? Oh, hold on. This guy. This is Omzi. He's last. Zasha has a blade. She can actually get pretty far. How much does her slice attack cost? Slash slide is 2, and the range isn't that great, so she should be thinking about cover. That guy's a little bit far away. If she gets here, she's in cover, but can lean out and shoot him because she'll have line of sight there. So at least she'll take 1 shot. And she has a silenced submachine gun here. Rapid fire. Here she goes. It's not going to kill him, but it'll put some hurt on. Make him worried. Not sure getting shot affects your aim or not, but it should if it doesn't. Alright, that's the end of our turn. The rest of them are going to move. Could skip all these moves. They're all just going to run toward us. I don't think they're going to have any shots they can take. I'm mostly interested in what Rhino does next turn. Yeah, they're all advancing, so I think we hold back and take them out as they approach us, basically. I don't think they'll get any reinforcements. I could be wrong. Who knows how this is going to go? This is a scripted mission. Alright, 2 on the left advance. Maybe 3? No, he's advancing down the middle. So 2 advance down the middle. 2 advance on the right. This is going to be a shot here, probably. Yep, he got to where he could see us. That's 2, but that wasn't the best positioning there for us. Zasha's kind of out on her own. Cut off their retreat. Wait, do I know you? Amshi, the street warrior, says, "Hey, Jumbo Shooter, no more talking." Uh-oh. Shut up for a minute. You're a little slow for a Cyberknight. You're new at this. Where did Octane find another Cyberknight so fast after Burner went down? Wait. Alright, we get the answer here. You dragged Burner's corpse back to Octane. What did you expect would happen to the Quantum Rider? Yes, Octane helped me implant Burner's zombie rider, but that doesn't mean we owe her any loyalty. Or, don't get too sentimental. I've got Burner's rider in my spine, but I'm not him. Alright. You dragged his corpse back to Octane. What do you expect would happen to the Quantum Rider? Yeah, that's the choice. Be straight. Rhino says, by hell, I had nowhere else to go and I couldn't let Gould get a hold of Burner, even if he was dead. It took me about 2 minutes to realize Octane was going to have me killed as her next move, and I split. One of the grunts says, so you're saying that's a little baby Cyberknight right there? This is our shot. Let's take her out. We can scrape that Quantum Rider off her spine and one of us becomes the next Cyberknight. Headshot, Rhino, right now. Take the Cyberknight down. Uh-oh. Just shut up, says Rhino, thankfully. Blur says, if Rhino agrees to talk, we might need to rush to protect her from her ex-bodyguards. Okay, she does shoot at us. I don't think she hit. Two guys over here. Oh, a second shot and a shred on Zasha. That's not looking good, Zasha. You might want to go heal that. Blackdice way on the other side of the map, foolishly. We don't really have much we can do, but we can get over here and take a shot. Is there any way we can get more than one shot? I don't think so. I think that's our best bet here. We're not going to be close enough for Atomic Stutter. That is a really short range, unfortunately. We'll try the shot here. It's not going to be great. 38%. It's going to miss. Oh, Blackdice does it. Taking losses. He's down. That's the end of Blackdice. Move. Sai got a good roll, so he's moving before a bunch of our team. Falcon is next, though. Falcon could go head these guys off, but I think it makes sense to try to stay in cover. She can get a shot from here, although I think she needs 2 points for her shot, right? Yeah. So if she's sticking with heavy guns, she's gonna have to stay back here. I'm not sure she'll have a shot from there. Over here, maybe. Ooh, but those guys on the left are moving in. Let's stay behind heavy cover here. The high cover will protect her a little bit. And she'll start taking long-range shots. Not something you see in this game very much, or not something I've seen in this game very much so far. No line of sight there. And I guess her range is actually a lot shorter than I expected. So she'll move up. Can't jump over this for some reason. So she's just going to move to here. Stay behind cover. And Zasha could move up and get a strike here. She'll be vulnerable after that though, but it's probably worth doing. Let's get here. Actually, if she just gets here, I think she'll be in range for a slant blade. No, it's very short range. Okay. Improved power size is 2. Slash slide is 2. Deflect is 1. So she could get in there and put up deflection. Deflection field blocks movement and attacks, but not sight within 4 meters. That's where how far she can shoot it, I think. We'll try that. I think she wants to get close enough, if possible, where she can hit this guy. It's not close enough. So in that case, she's going to get at the max range of slash slide and try to save that extra movement point. Don't think that's possible either. So if she gets here, she can slash slide to him. Oops. Forgetting how this works. Alright, so she runs forward. And then her slash attack, her slide attack, hits this guy and should kill him. One more down. And then she's going to retreat for cover. But if she does that, she won't... I guess she could go over here. And next turn maybe she'll heal. We'll see what they do next. Looks like Migo is coming next. And now it's Hellraiser's turn. Hellraiser going to advance to about here. I think that will give her a shot. It might be out of range, so... Right there, at least she's not in anybody's sight. So let's see if she sees anything from here. No valid targets. Okay. So with 2 extra move... Don't think there's going to be much to do except maybe start sliding her over this way. Kind of hard to tell. Like, they are going to have line of sight to her here, but the gray lines mean she can see them, I think. But I don't think they can necessarily see her unless it... maybe that's their vision. I'm not sure. I think that's her vision. I guess she'll move to this side over here. Wow, she can get a lot further that way. Oh yeah, see, there is a blue line of sight line. I think that means he can see her. And vice versa. Whereas a gray one like this, these here mean that she's the only one who can see it. Alright, she's going to hold back there for now. Maybe we'll just delay. How many are there? Taking cover. And Kappa advancing. Alright, turning off the highlights a little bit. So Hellraiser only delayed till... Oh, it's the end of turn 3 already, or the end of turn 2. So she'll end her action there. Everybody reloads, re-rolls. Rhino's got really good... Uh-oh. Oh, shoot, I thought she was going to shoot us. Rhino's got really good initiative. Mago says, he's the captain of the grunts. He says, hey, sniper, if you don't hurry up and kill that Cyberknight, then we'll kill you too. Wow, that's good team loyalty there, buddy. We know where you keep your gear, so we'll just loot both of your rotting corpses. Blackdice says, we've traded enough words and missed shots. Let's end this before someone important gets killed. Blur steps in. We just need to ask you questions, Rhino. Then we can put you on a train to Atlanta or wherever you want to go. Rhino is thinking about it. I'll take my chances. You're telling the truth. I'm coming in. Excellent. Kappa, the street warrior, says, you backstabbing crackjaw. We're going to kill you now. Blackdice says, we've got to get you out of there now, Rhino. And it looks like probably reinforcements. Yep. They see an opportunity and they're going to try to take it, says Blur. Pedo, a gray Blur. Hey, little baby Cyberknight, you thought you'd seen all of us? Time to kick your teeth in. Pedo is a gray Blur, which is a new class we haven't seen yet. Rhino says, if you want those answers you came for, you better get up here quickly. And another reinforcement on the other side. Oh, and another one back here. Maybe those are exits that it's highlighting there. It wasn't quite clear. Because... no, it was a new reinforcements. Fido here is... the Wildfire. Wildfires are hopped up. They have extra initiative and move speed. Special abilities target multiple mercs with full auto if given the chance, so be careful to avoid their firing lines. Okay. So Fido came in there. I thought I saw someone up here also. There it is. Iota is new. Lead from the front. He's a grunt captain. 40% chance to break stun each turn. Okay. So stuns are going to be less optimal on those guys. And then Fido, the Grabler, is new. Grablers rely on release and recapture cloud of nanites that instantly form together to create a deflection edge, which is just enough to cause a bullet to bend around them. In a deadly gunfight, missing a Grabler on the first shot can be a quick road to the grave. By deploying a cloud of deflective nanites, Grablers are able to gain significant, if temporary, boosts to evasion known as a warping field. Uh-oh, okay. So, close combat, probably best for her. Meanwhile, we do have 4 people up front. We want to turn around and take care of this. And it's Rhino's turn. Rhino's a sniper. What does her shot on the Grabler look like? Can she do it from here? Are we controlling her? It does seem like it. Save Rhino from her own protection. What's she have shot-wise? Just that? Nope, she can turn around and shoot this guy. She can shoot Kappa. That's a 70% chance. Yeah, she should start popping these guys. I'm going to take the easy shots first. She also has Pathfinder. Skull Shot. Buff yourself with +3 action points if she gets the kill. I see it. Takes 3. If she kills, it gives her 3 action points for the remainder of the turn. Activates once per turn. Like, why would you... Oh, is that... it's basically a free attack. I see. So if I use this, it costs 3, and if it's a kill, it's free. Okay. And then she also has Death Watch. Using a single shot weapon, gain 10% all ranged accuracy while taking up to 3 reaction shots. Wow. I wonder why she wasn't doing that to us. Alright, and then she can shoot this guy with her next shot. Hopefully this is not a miss. Good, so Rhino takes out 2 of her compatriots for us. And then she's going to go into Death Watch, I think, although... might... Yeah, let's try it just to see what it's like. Death Watch, do you... Oh, you need a... That's too bad, you need a cone for it. Can you spread out the cone at all? No. She'll put Death Watch on Fido. See if that Fido thing moves. And then back here, we have to kill all of these. Fight off the hired muscle. So we've got Sitha over there. Migo. Zasha's okay. Fido down here. Sorry, this wasn't Fido. That was Pido. Fido and Pido. Alright, Falcon. Falcon, you're going to charge this one on this side. Zasha maybe takes this one out. Blackdice goes here. Hellraiser moves forward. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get your sprint to here. You need 2 shots for your attack. You could get up there and not kill him. So yeah, let's get back here. Get line of sight. Open up on Sitha. She could full auto here, which would probably be a kill if she hits him. Alternatively, we let someone else carry the kill. It doesn't change the chance to hit. It just changes whether or not she hits him enough to damage him. Full auto doesn't quite do it. He's got a tiny bit left. She's out of luck. Alright, who's next? Blackdice. So Blackdice, I think Hellraiser is going to go help on that flank. You're going to come down here on this flank. You could get up here and do a slash. A slash with your slant blade would take 2. Okay, or power slice for 2. So you can't quite get close enough for that, unfortunately. You could stun this guy. So maybe that's the call, is we do a atomic stutter. Not quite close enough for that, so maybe to here. If we get you there, we'll have 3 left. And then we could decide atomic stutter is going to cost 1. Your pistol here is a 57% chance and not going to do much, so let's stutter this guy for sure. And then I think we just run in for the rest. Now let's take the shots. Take shots. We'll run in next turn. It's a miss. It's okay. We'll run in slash next turn probably. Hellraiser needs to help on this flank over here. So Sitha's almost down. There's 2 more in the back, 1 up front that Zasha's going to have to deal with. You can get 1 shot on Sitha from here, from Hellraiser. So she moves in, her pistol's ready. No go. It's a miss. Okay. Zasha's next. Zasha would really like to heal here, but she doesn't really have the luxury of healing. She could move in and try a slash slide. Slash slide's 2. She has 1 left. So the question is, can she get close enough? She could get right there, and that's within range. So the question is, do you kill him with that, or are you gonna die? He's a captain. How long is that slash slide range? Can she get 3 points and still do it? So somewhere around here she has 3 actions left, and that's going to be out of range for slash slide. Yeah, I think it still makes sense to attack. I think if she blows this, she doesn't die even if she does get shot. So let's give it her all and slash slide from there. Oops. Slash slide from here. Oops. There we go. Just coming in. Not quite sure what this red cloud around her means. If we can get more information on her. Ah, marked target. So somehow she's been marked. And slash slide here should do not enough to kill him. Maybe this was a bad choice. Let's run you back into cover if we can. Yeah, I think if we run you back here, you'll probably still get shot at. Let's do that. And let's see how he actually acts. If he comes for you, Zasha. Probably. Nope. Good. Okay, he's taking cover. He doesn't get a shot off. That's okay. This guy's stunned coming out of it. Fido. Sitha didn't like getting shot at, running for cover. Oop, does get a shot off on Hellraiser, but not the greatest shot, luckily. The other grunt captain coming up flanking, going for Rhino. Doesn't manage to turn her Overwatch off, which is good, and then we get a miss on the Overwatch. That's too bad. Luckily the shot back from Pydo was a miss as well. Okay, that gives us Rhino again. She has a couple more shots. I wonder how much ammo is in this gun. I have no idea. Just 3 points here. She could hit Sitha for sure. She could hit Pydo. It doesn't look like it's likely to be a kill, but it's going to be close. Iota, definitely not a kill, so let's try this shot. Wow, it does look like she managed to take out the Graveler in 1 shot. She has another shot here. She could try Iota. Not enough ammo, yeah, so she needs to take cover and reload. A reload is 3 action points with this gun. So let's get her to cover. Into there. She's not going to reload this turn. Is she actually in cover from him? I think so. Okay, Blackdice here needs to take care of Fido, who's been wounded. So moving there, we will get an attack. Right? It's hard to see that circle from there. Yeah, we could use Power Slice or regular attack. Both cost 2, so I should probably use Power Slice because Power Slice has extra damage, I think. Moving forward and Power Slicing from here. Not quite in range. So far my biggest complaint about this game is just like there needs to be a better like snapping system for your movement points. Otherwise it's pretty awesome, but like these times where you're like one step away and then you have to use an entire movement point to get there are kind of annoying. She has one more action here, so she's gonna use her pistol for the final shot because I don't think, yeah, she can't use a slant blade for one. So did I just say not enough ammo? Great. Okay. She's in trouble. So instead she'll dive around the corner. Yeah, I need to start paying attention to ammo. Unfortunately, there's no ammo display on these weapons, which is a little annoying. So you just kind of have to learn them or look in your character sheet somewhere to see where your ammo is. Over here, ammo, noise, reload, attack, AP per ammo. 2 AP per ammo, but yeah, there's no indication of how many shots it actually has anywhere. I wonder if all weapons, or if it's right here. I'm just not used to it yet. So yeah, there's 4 shots in this weapon. She used all 4 already. No remaining AP. And interestingly, swords also have ammo, which is a little silly, but I guess it's like they're power swords and you're using up charge, so you have to crank the handle or something. I'm not sure, but I like it. Falcon. So Falcon, you could help us here with Migo. In fact, I think that's a pretty good idea. You could get up here, then you could Crimson Vector him. Crimson Vector is only 1. It would be nice to have an additional one for your hand blades. Alternatively, yeah, you run up there. Hand blades are a little too far away, so you're going to have to Crimson Vector. You get there with 3. Yeah, so 3's right there. Just out of range of Crimson Vector, of course. Always is. Can I finagle that move better to get you there faster? Like if you went a different way. I don't think so. I think we're just going to have to run up and use... Oh, wait, right there. Yeah, so you're in range there for 2 attacks, I think. It looks like you would be. Very hard to say if it's going to give me that or not. So I'm going to try it. We'll see. She seems like she should be close enough. Yes, she is. Okay, but look at that. Very low damage for these. What about the Crimson Vector damage? I don't think it'll tell us. Alternatively, we could do Sunstrike. That might be wise to stun him for next turn instead. Yeah, we'll do that. He's stunned. Oh, is he? Yeah, he's stunned. Okay, he does have a stun break chance, but I think that was our best bet. She's done for now. Iota moves. Iota was targeting Rhino, so probably stays there. Nope. He's gonna shoot at... Oh, he does shoot at Rhino from above. Hit her in the back of the head. And then Scytha taking cover, shoots... Ah, damn, I forgot that he was still alive. Alright, it's Zasha's turn. Zasha, can you run over there and kill that guy? He's really annoying. I think you should first aid kit yourself first. And then actually, maybe you want to get in here and sword this guy and leave the other guy to Hellraiser. Oof. I don't really have... I guess you could get here. And use your gun. Who is the better target? This guy, 34%. That doesn't seem like a very good shot. This guy's 60%. Let's try that. Okay, we did crit. Did a bit of damage to him, but he's still up. Let's move us on to Hellraiser here. Hellraiser needs to get in this guy's face. She can get to here and have... Actually, she could probably get somewhere better, like here, and then be able to shoot both of them. Yeah. Like, right about there. And this pistol only takes 1 point to shoot, I think. It takes 2, but it can shoot on 1. Okay, she'll shoot him. 1 down. Leaves Fido, Iota, and Migo left. She's done. Migo is stunned. He should come out of it this turn, but he can't do anything. Great. And that leaves Falcon. Falcon's pissed. She is going to open up with her hand blades. She could do this twice. Or she could just shoot him point blank with the Bull Assault. It's not as good a damage as you'd expect. No, she's going to use hand blades. Hand blades are her preferred weapon anyway. 1 attack. No armor damage. But it only takes 1 action, so she's doing that again. Alright, and he managed to survive that. You know what? She's going to tap him with the Stun Club. Stun Club takes 2. Or Crimson Vector is another option. She might as well. And then that leaves her with enough to use First Aid Kit and still run for cover. That cover there, that's not actually cover from anyone. I don't think Iota is likely to shoot at her. So she's just going to start moving in that direction and call it done. Fido lived and gets to shoot a Blackdice, but luckily it's a terrible shot. And Zasha needs to start running toward Iota. So how do we get up there safely? I guess we go and hide behind this crate. And we'll delay. Maybe she can shoot him next turn. Blackdice is going to step around and slice this guy. Oh, wait, that is an Overwatch. So let's not do that. A reload here costs 1 action. She will reload. And then I don't know if shooting will trigger the Overwatch. Doesn't look like it. You may be shot, it says. So maybe it does, but hopefully after she shoots. Nope, that's before she shoots. Okay. So I need to figure out how to break Overwatch. There's, yeah, not much I can do here, is there? I guess a grenade would have worked. Yeah. That's how to do it. Okay, so she took damage there that we didn't need to. That's too bad. Okay, moving her. We'll use up another first aid kit if she has it. And Overwatch interrupts, so like even if you do try to act in someone's Overwatch, it cancels your action if you get hit by Overwatch. Very interesting. Blackdice is done. She does need to heal. We've got Iota left. Rhino is taking damage. Oh wow, she is very low. Luckily, she has a weapon here that she can use. It's going to take 3... Not sure we can do this, actually. Rhino's in trouble. I think she needs the first aid kit here. That fully heals her. And then she's going to reload. Because that sniper rifle is really her best weapon. I don't think this thing is going to do much to this guy. He's got too much armor. He's a captain. She's going to reload her sniper rifle. And then maybe move further away. He's at least going to have to run at her. He's got the high ground there. Alright, Rhino's done. We have Hellraiser. She's pretty far back. She doesn't really have any special abilities that could help here. think all she wants to do is just like charge on up, maybe stay in cover if possible. Is there any cover up here? Can she climb up on it, on this stuff? No. Yeah, she's gonna be exposed that whole run up. That's not something she likes to do. She's gonna hide behind this and see if she can ever hit him from there, maybe? No. Don't think she has line of sight there. Maybe she does. She'll take a pot shot if possible. Nope, not enough ammo. She needs to reload also. That is a reload, and then she'll have a shot from there, but it's too far. No valid target. Okay. In that case, she's gonna follow Zasha. Maybe we'll get there in time. Zasha's next. Zasha did delay. Yeah, nothing to do here except for like run around. There's no other way up there. Okay, Rhino does get a shot though. She ended up getting to go first. Can she see this guy? No. She needs to step out to where she can see him. So stepping to here, she's still in cover but can see him there. And that will be a couple shots. Takes 3 to shoot. She'll be able to use her other weapon too. She also has Death Watch here. Till your next turn, using a single shot weapon, gain +10. Okay, alternatively, engage Pathfinder to make no sound while moving. Gain +10% move speed for the remainder of the turn. So we could run her out of there, right? If she did Pathfinder first, I don't think she'd end up much further than that. Okay, no, she's gonna shoot. She'll get at least 1 shot on him. Oh, or she could miss. In that case, could throw a grenade. I mean, it's a hard shot to make. Just to throw it over that building, and apparently her arm's not that good. Yeah, let's do it there. We can arc it. Oh, you can change the arc. Wow. That is cool. Yeah, so the closer, I don't think proximity really matters. Oh, it does. Okay, so you want to get it right on him. Very nice. Okay, did take some damage there. She's healed. He's not going to be able to kill her this turn. He'll probably have to reload soon too. Can we actually see that? No. No indication of his ammo. Not sure what these 3 pips there. I think that's like his alert state. Blackdice, you're next. You're gonna heal. And then, is there anything you can do to move faster? Not really. We're just gonna run you in, I guess. And you're gonna have to come in the middle. Not much we can do with you, Hellraiser. Yeah, keep running. Maybe you'll get there in time, who knows. Wow, you're fast. He's like got a blur behind her. Falcon also fast and doesn't mind just running from the middle. Bull Assault, remind me, I believe it's 2. Yeah, she needs 2 to fire this, so she gets to here, she could maybe fire. Yeah, she does. Nope, out of range. Okay, just out of range there. So she's gonna charge on through. We don't anticipate he'll turn and shoot at us. He's focused on Rhino. Zasha running as fast as we can. And it looks like he gets to go next. Hopefully he doesn't take Rhino out. Oh, he's turning to look at Falcon. Okay, well, I didn't expect that. That's kind of a cowardly move, honestly. But it does give Zasha a chance to get a little closer. Wow, she could get almost all the way, but that's not going to help her if he just turns and shoots, is it? Let's see. Down here, she is in line of sight and can be shot, but she's also in cover apparently. I feel like this cover here is a little better. Although he could probably just come over and shoot down at us. We'll do it anyway. That'll get her close enough to strike next turn. Blackdice running forward. Gonna take this side. Falcon. Falcon can launch a grenade up there. Doesn't look like we'll really be able to hit him. Maybe we can. Lots of grenades getting thrown this time. That's the end of him if we hit him with this, though. Alternatively, she just steps forward and shoots, and we save the grenade. She is a little pissed at being damaged. Wait, what's her shot look like from here? Yes. Of course she takes that. Alright. One more shot. Sustained fire helps. Shredded crit. He's gone. Blackdice, come on, let's get clear of this bloody mess. Rhino, well, at least I know you want me alive. You made that clear enough. Blackdice says, I know you distrust us now, but you'll see I am true to my word. We'll put you up somewhere safe for now, and then we'll talk. Alright, victory. Fantastic. An epic end to a great mission. Rhino says, so no bullet in the back of my head yet. Blur, you've been hanging out with Octane too long. We aren't going to kill you. Blackdice, we're going to put you up at a coffin hotel near our safe house and keep a close watch on you for your own safety. Once we've had a chance to talk, we'll help you get out of New Boston. If you stay here, eventually someone is coming after you. Rhino has been stashed in a safe place for now. We can start the next conversation with her from our timeline. 3 days of injury on Falcon, unfortunately. Rhino was also wounded. Look at that. They have some kind of text on the wound that I'm going to have to go read. Sasha earned the codename Sphinx. I love it. No payment that time. There was nothing to collect. 119 experience. That's not too bad. And the pitched battle increased heat on us. Continuing to safe house. Alright, in the safe house. It does mark 2 as injured. So Rhino, interesting. Potential recruit. Sniper. I like the idea of recruiting a 5th level sniper. We do have training ready for a bunch of us. Let's take a look at Molly first and send her in for treatment. I think Dr. Asha would be happy to treat us. We have plenty of cash for that. So we'll drop it down to 2 days. Oof, still pretty long. And then we'll go through training next. And then after training, I'll look at loadouts and then probably do some base management. And then kick off the next mission for next episode. Let's see. Ready to train. Blackdice, you have 1 point. Blackdice, I was definitely not impressed with Atomic Stutter. It was just like way too short of a range. I would like to get your Tactical Surge faster. So we have here a buff to this, which makes its recharge reduced by 1 turn. I think that's also this one. Yeah, so let's do that. These ones will improve the initiative and move points. So Tactical Surge, probably your most important skill. Let's get this trained to make it come more often. Blur, Alicia, she's our face. She did gain some levels there too. Face, we're basically giving her deal maker here, so we have like an early advantage for getting influence and payment. And then eventually, I think what I initially thought was to move her toward something that dropped heat, but looking at this, I think Puppet Master actually might be a better fit. This is like when our contacts get leveled up, which is kind of what limit break means for contacts, then we gain a lot from their level ups. Rather than having to pick a single item, we get to pick all of the items that they gain, I think is how that works. So we'll do that, but first, before we bother with that, let's finish Dealmaker. We're gonna put her on the shady side now. She's already got like the corporate syndicate bonuses. No, the milsec and corporate bonuses. We're gonna give her the syndicate and street contact bonuses as well. And with one unspent point, that maxes her out on Dealmaker. Next is Hellraiser, Emily. She got a bonus point here. Emily, honestly, I'm not sure where we're taking our Vanguard. I do like Jam Kit though. That's super powerful for us, being able to take out it's only level 1 security devices, but that's all we've ever seen. So we could get up here and improve the range of this. I think that's a good idea. First though, we have to give it another charge, so we'll do that. Molly, she did take some damage, but she's also ready to train. I think if we could improve the range of your Crimson Vector, that would be really helpful. So let's try that. And then Zasha. Zasha, like, you didn't really do a whole lot for us that turn. We did give you Lightfoot last time. That's more suited toward missions where you have to hide. Whisper Kill also sounds like a really good option. I was kind of heading toward Preempt with her, but like the way Overwatch works in this game, like I'm not really sure it matters as much as I thought it might. So patch armor, gain shred immune armor until next turn. Is there like getting her up here to where, no, not item carry. I thought there was one that was like healing. Aegis. While carrying melee weapon, buff yourself with invulnerability. All of these sound pretty good. I think her best bet though is, yeah, let's get better range on Slash Slide. Getting these way higher range and maybe more frequent would be good. Range is probably better, so let's hit range. And that's everybody. We do have potential recruit here with Rhino. When we need to talk to her. Possible recruit. We need to decide if we can recruit Rhino. We've got 14 days to decide that. Medical recovery in 2 days. There's legwork we want to do to get a connection at Warner Braun Global, and we have to make the call. Are we going over to Ghoul's side in this cartel inner war? I can already tell you we're not going over to Ghoul's side, even though Octane really isn't that great either. And then our next heist is going to be this loophole heist unless another one happens. In the meantime, we also have two tasks happening here. This one's just about done, this clean room where we're building the SimStream trainer. This is something that should let us be able to level up people who don't go on missions during the mission. Not quite sure how that works. We'll see. And then one new client against Ghoul. Yeah, that's the loophole heist. Let's look at that in a sec. I did say I wanted to look at inventory for a little bit and see if we have any loadout. So currently we're looking at all goods ready to equip or sell. So we're not looking at blueprints. We do have a smoke grenade blueprint. We also have this Tron Hyperflex thing. This is a weapon upgrade, right? But what? It's for an AR rifle. So if we go to one of our characters who has an AR rifle, I think that would be, oops, barracks, that would be Molly. So she has this bull assault rifle. We could attach a optic here. We have one, the Tron Hyperflex. This gives her -2 min optimal range and +2% accuracy. Doesn't really sound that great. We'll attach it anyway because it's free. Back to our inventory, we have some bandages, first aid kit, like different types of first aid kit. I guess these are like really bad first aid kit that only heals 30 versus our standard first aid kit heals 160. And a bio recycler which dissolves a dead body, cancels body timers. That's fun. We might have to get into that. We also have an extra defensor, an extra rapid fire, an extra secure tech, some hyper V caps, shock mines. All of this stuff is potentially sellable, but like we really don't have a lot in our inventory. Why are 22 things hidden? If we uncheck ready to sell, we get a lot more. I see. So this includes stuff like the software that we're going to load in our cyber deck, and the cyber deck itself scans these deception, disarm, and attack. So we haven't got into hacking yet, but we do have Remy, our hacker. She does have the PDP 1900 on her with this software loaded. I see. So that's why when I go into my inventory, if I uncheck or if I check ready to equip sell, what's not shown here is all of the equipment that's already assigned to other people. So like this 5 of 6 means we have 6 of these items, I think, and 5 of them are equipped. That's kind of what that can't be quite right though, because I know we have more than one rapid fire. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what the numbers mean here. It's just a little bit obtuse. Anyway, I don't think we need money yet, so we're not going to bother selling anything. Let's just go straight to the timeline and see if there's anything we want to do before we do this loophole heist. We do have to make the call on whether we're going to Ghoul's side or the D cartel, and we have an option to do legwork. Let's do this legwork first. We can still try to make a connection at the new Warner Braun Global Enclave with legwork. Blackdice says Warner Braun isn't going anywhere. They're here to stay. Blur says Warner Braun is spending billions in multiple years to try to get a foothold in New Boston. You know someone in that enclave is desperate to try to get connected to the underworld. Alright, so we're going to do legwork to try to connect to Warner Braun Global. See if we can quietly get in touch with someone. With a very limited number of high-powered officials and MilSec personnel coming to New Boston at first, they'll need the services of a Cyberknight and team new in town. So Warner Braun whatever is a new corporation in town. We're going to try to make contact with them and see if they want to hire us. Blur's going to handle this on her own. Could send Hellraiser, but I think we're just going to go with the better success rate. So it looks like if we fail, it just like we get to try again in another couple weeks. Let's assign Blur. Blackdice says this won't be an easy one, and Blur says the sharks are going to be circling the Warner Braun people, just waiting for the frenzy to begin. I'll be as decisive if I see an opportunity. Blackdice, they're going to need help. The kind of help we can provide, and considering what Warner Braun has paid to put a foot in New Boston, they're going to keep paying well. Alright, she's on it. We also have a conversation about whether or not we want to switch sides. Let's have that conversation now before she leaves. We have to make the call. Are we going over to Ghoul's side in the D cartel internal war? I want to be sure the stakes are clear. If we go to Ghoul, there's no going back. We can't negotiate anything without tipping our hand enough that Ghoul could sink us by telling Octane about how we went behind her back, or by ratting us out to Syndicate boss Henninger. Blackdice says it's a risk without divulging my writer's origin, our part in the Haven smokeout, and at least an inkling of the plan for a loophole heist. We won't be able to get Ghoul's attention. Blur says, but what we stand to gain is a new ally in the D cartel who can help us clear our debt the old-fashioned way by killing our loan shark Octane. It's hard to shake the feeling that Octane is lying to us and twisting the truth for her own gain. Alright, we are not going to betray Octane, even though I don't trust her. Put the word out through our channel it's time we leveled with Ghoul, or forget it. Either we are making a loophole heist or we're going to pay our way out of this debt. Then we stick with the devil we know and get this affair wrapped up one way or another. We can complete Octane's offer through loophole heist, or work to pay for the 2 million we owe, or refuse to pay up and see what Octane does. So we're gonna try the loophole heist. It's only a few days away, 10 days away, so not worried about it. Blur is gonna be on leg work until beyond that anyway. We're gonna have to wait a few days for Falcon to recover. And 500,000. Our loan payment of 500,000 is due in 17 days. So we'll do the loophole before that, and that should clear our debt. But first, let's wait a little bit for Falcon to recover. And for these to get finished. So we did get a nano scrubber here. We could improve this with a power upgrade. And we got simultaneously the SimStream Trainer. What this does for us is unlock in the barracks. If we go to anybody, there's a send a trainer option now. So we really do want Remy to go there if she's not coming with us on the mission, and likewise whoever we leave behind. We do have a potential recruit here. I can't hide here at Tuckmore's forever. You want to talk, right? And Blur. So Blur and her need to have a conversation. We'll have that conversation before we go on this mission. I think it's very likely that I'm going to hire her. She's a great sniper. She has 7 unspent points and power level 5. So that is pretty equivalent with the rest of our team. Except for Remy, who's really low. We need to bring Remy on mission. Let's hold this conversation till after this mission. I think Remy is definitely going to come. We're not going to bring the sniper on this mission. Before we do anything else, though, we do need to get some tasks going. So, oops. Yeah, we want to go in there and we want to edit the room. And what we can do is if we had power level 3 here, we could increase the number of tasks we could do at a time. So let's do that. Yeah, if we spend 3 days and 5k, we can up this to power level 3. That's one task. And then the other task we want to do is, I think we probably just want to start cleaning out more rooms. Which I'm not sure why that went in. Oh, we already cleaned this one up. Okay. Right, so we have a nano scrubber here. We need power level 1 for that. No, what we want is a field ops center. Spent to enhance missions, counter intel pod, reduce its heat and headhunters. We'll eventually want that, but I don't think our heat's too bad right now. We're going to need cryogenic cooling and power for this, so it's going to take a while to get to field ops. Hacking station is another option. Generates tokens that can be used to enhance missions with hacking. An underworld hub. Tokens that can be spent to boost legwork. That would be nice. Triage clinic reduces injury time. Yeah, eventually maybe. And the nanofab for crafting. I think what we want to do is start with the field ops center so we can start getting enhanced mission tokens. So let's get the field ops center going. But right, before we can do that, we need power wires. So let's start with power wires. Okay, and that's our 2 tasks. So we'll spend a little bit of time to get Falcon recovered. There's a new connection coming up. Barracks leg injured and wounded. What's the difference between injured and wounded? She's wounded. We send you for treatment again? No. Treatment. She's already in treatment for 1 day, right? And I guess you're injured. So we'll come back to you once we decide if we're going to recruit you. Do have a new conversation option here from our German connection? No, someone from one of our contacts. Maybe we don't have to do this heist immediately. Let's wait a little longer. Let's see. One task was completed. That was what? Getting the power up in here? Is that the task we completed? Power level 2. No. 2 days left. Okay. We completed what? Putting the power in here. Okay. So now we have power level 1. To get a field op center, we need cryogenics 2. So let's start adding cryogenic cooling. These will take a day each. And then I just noticed our power level, team power level, is 1.19. Move a little ahead. There's our recovery. Now they're all recovered, so we could do the heist now. Let's do all of our pending conversations first. We have one here. This is Owen Hauser. Owen Hauser must be one of our contacts. Interesting. An indie nightclub owner. I might be on the edge of forging the German connection in this town. I just need your help. The newly landed Warner Braun leadership are strangers in a strange town. Yeah, we know that, Owen. They're looking for somewhere to feel comfortable, safe. Somewhere to relax a little and let their guard down. And maybe most importantly, somewhere to grow their fledgling connections to the new Austin underworld. Blur says, and what? Have a few drinks and dance under the lights? Owen, who doesn't want that, Blur? Blur, so you think your club can be that place, Owen? Owen, if you were a fixture there, Blur, I know it could be the place. I've managed to get their attention, and a few of the Warner Braun mid-levels have come by. But if the right whispers got around who frequents my club, the face of a rising Cyberknight, that could seal the deal. You wouldn't want me, the actual Cyberknight? Or are you just trying to get Blur to come and party with you at your club? Or how are you sure Warner Braun leadership is looking to make underworld connections? Let's do this one. You're just trying to get Blur to come and party with you at your club? Owen, very interesting looking person. Yes, that's exactly what I'm trying to do, and it would be even better if other members of your crew came as well. You have to dance a few nights away to make an omelet, right? What? So I'd play the bait, the gatekeeper of the new Boston underworld. You look perfection doing it, Blur. Come down, work our network, take some time off, spend some time with me. Alright, if we commit Blur to a stint at the club, we would have a chance to send up to 2 other mercenaries. If we're not ready, choose to delay before committing Blur to the legwork. Yeah, we'll delay this for now. Let me get my mercs in a row and we'll reconvene on this. You know this one isn't going to wait, Owen. Owen says, no, it will not. I need to know soon whether you can make this commitment. Some drinks, some nights out. It's painless. I'm asking you to come give underworld cred to my club. In return, you could get access to Warner Braun leaders otherwise locked up in their towers. Get your mercs lined up, decide who's getting on my party bus, and get back to me soon. We'll not be able to delay on Owen's offer again. If we can't commit, we'll have to refuse. Alright, so that is... wow, that's delayed for quite some time though, 14 days. Good, and that will give us time to finish Blur's legwork first so we can decide. We also have a new conversation with Matsumoto. My insider is willing to steal a prototype Matsumoto... Oh, this is Origami Joe. Matsumoto nanofab stabilizer formula. Just loot the files in the set. It's a jealously guarded Matsumoto global secret for the moment, but it isn't likely to last. Someone else will steal it or crack the formula, and then the opportunity to bank on it dries up. Origami Joe says, I've shelled out a hefty bribe for the blue card worker to risk it all for this formula. Sphinx says, what is it, Origami Joe? Origami Joe says, Megacorps are always trying to find ways to guard their blueprints better to prevent just anyone from stealing and using them. The most common path is to formulate special stabilizing agents, secret chemicals you need to dump in with your NBS cubes, or resulting physical molecules just won't set right. My bribed insider was able to sneak the formula out of the main lab to a nearby facility in 3 parts. I will pay for any part you can lift. So we're the last mile pickup. We might be able to do that for you. Origami Joe has offered a loot file set job. We must canvass a facility, searching each of its loot boxes for the formula. We will be paid per payday file we can steal. Origami Joe's Low Road event is ready to be planned at the Command HQ. Okay, great. So we have Low Ride event 11 days away. Loophole heist is only 8, but Low Ride event might make more sense. So this is a high stakes mission. I'm not sure we're ready for that. We might want a little more experience. Still showing wounded here, which I don't like. I think we're gonna can't send for treatment anymore. What do we do? Trait spinal spasm. Ouch. Okay, so we do have to send her for treatment to fix this. In the meanwhile, she's down hit points, evasion, and initiative, and stress resistance. Yeah, let's get you to healing. 25k for that. 4 days. We'll do it. We need our people in top shape. No wounds, please. All right, so that leaves us more time where we just have to wait for Falcon, I think. We do have a heist here. So if we went and planned one of these missions, this is a hacking mission, the loophole heist. We need to take, this is an optional hacking mission. We need to take Remy on a mission to get her ready for the loophole heist. So I think we're going to plan on doing this one first. We can actually leave Falcon in recovery and take Hellraiser. So I think that's the plan, is we'll go to a mission. We're going to do the Low Road event. We'll plan this. And I'm actually going to go in there now and prep the mercs. So we're going to add Remy to this one. She's going to bring her submachine gun and probably a sword. Oh, wait, why would you take bull assault and a defensor? Interesting. I don't think that's a good idea, but I also don't think you're going to be doing a lot of shooting. You're going to be hacking. The rest of these guys are going to be fighting. I don't think we have a lot of... We still don't have a lot of items we can really swap out. So that's going to be the team for next time. And we'll leave it there. So I want to say thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And as always, I appreciate any time someone clicks the like on these videos. So please remember to do that. And I hope you'll join me next time. I'll see you then. This has been Herknut with Cyberknights Flashpoint. Bye for now.